Hello, my dear. We always listen to the Shy Life podcast because it makes wonderful pictures in my head. Sorry.
It's the Shy Life podcast with me, Shy Yeti.
Hello, Paul. Hello, it's me, Uncle John. Where is he? Maybe he's popped out. What's this? This is new. It's a letter in a frame. It says, "Hi, Paul. Congratulations on your 5 episodes of the Shy Life podcast." That's not he's some more than that. You have taken to the medium like a fish to water, as if you had been making podcasts for years. It's non-linear, I don't know what that means. Its non-linear format feels spontaneous and organic the way it all comes together. The mix of personal musings, interviews, live visits to real locations, and the readings you do of your writing have all been compelling and entertaining listening. Your nicely mixed content is well supported by your very good editing. In short, I am truly impressed. That's nice. There's anything about me here. Willingness to experiment with your content, leaves you open to continue. Oh yes, look, I am looking forward to future opportunities to learn more about Damius Twinklehorn. Yes, the Uncle John, that's me, and that rather self-doubting and scarred clock from Sutton Park. Yes.
John! Hi, it's me, hi.
Oh, hello, Paul. Oh, I was just reading something on the wall. What's this?
Oh no, I'm embarrassed. That's just a letter. Well, it was an email that I received from a listener giving me lots of encouragement, and it's the only one I've had so far. So I put it in a frame.
Oh, Paul, it doesn't matter. It's a very nice email. And it's not the same just when it's on electrical stuff, is it? It just needs to be printed out. You must know that, being a librarian.
Well, yes, I know, I am. Anyway, yes, it's did you see the bit they mentioned about you?
Yes, it's rather flattering, wasn't it? Yes. Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to read it. Was it? You're not embarrassed. No, but you mustn't be embarrassed.
No, it's fine, Uncle John, you read away. But we must get on with this episode.
Are we in an episode now?
We are, yes we are. So, can we move along, I think?
Oh yes, let's move along. Move along the bus. Ding ding!
Well now, hello and welcome to episode 14 of the Shy Life podcast. I'm afraid this episode is going to be a bit of a bitsy episode. I've got some things that I've recorded that don't quite fit anywhere else. So, well, you'll see what I mean as we start. We're going to be going for a little bus ride. We aren't going to be having a big interview this episode, but we will be speaking to somebody. There's also an appearance by myself on another podcast, and I'm going to share that with you, and there's also a Shy Yeti script. But anyway, moving along, we should probably get started. Oh yes. before we go any further with this episode, I'd like to share with you a clip from another podcast that I subscribe to and I'm a big fan of. In fact, as well as being Paul or Shayeti, I am also Minion 77. Yes, well, if you listen to Greetings from Nowhere, you'll know what Minion 77 means. And I recently became a Minion, was passed, and I left a message for Chrissy and Nicole, and, well, this is how they responded to it. Considering I talked a whole lot of nonsense, I think they cope really well, don't you? Yes. I'm sure they've dealt with Weirder Yetis than me before now.
Small town quirks and coolness, yeah. We're sending you a warm greetings from nowhere.
Two best friends with a lot to say about small town life in the USA. Christina and Nicole have got gossip to share, and they're sending every one of you greetings from nowhere. Greetings from nowhere.
Welcome to Greetings from Nowhere. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Christina. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, Miss Nicole.
Thank you. We got derailed on Monday because as we started to record,
We were looking at each other through the Google Hangout even. I had Audacity running. We were ready
I
to
was
go.
settled. I had my water. I had everything. And I get a text on my phone going,
Okay.
are you coming?
I'm trying to think of what order to do all this
Our
stuff
stuff
in.
is really random.
It is, well, we have a voicemail.
Nice.
Hello, Christina and Nicole. It's me, Shy Yeti from London.
Aww.
Minion number 77. I haven't really got any questions or comments, but I just thought I'd try out my new Minion powers because, oh yes, my Minion uniform arrived. I'm not sure if you sent that out or whether it just turned up sort of by magic. I must say it's a little bit small because I'm kind of a Yeti and kind of bigger and yeah, it's kind of small. I look a bit like a cheerleader. I don't know, I've got the hips for it, but I'll keep wearing it because maybe I'll grow into it or shrink into it. But I very much appreciate it anyway because I know that it's a compulsory part of the Minion, the uniform
Yes.
thing. And it's quite a bright colour, isn't it? I wasn't expecting that. I like magenta and yellow and sort of polka dot green, but these together, well, who am I to criticise? Because it's obviously the Minion outfit,
Yes.
the uniform that has been going for years. It's obviously tried and trusted, and I'm sure I'll grow to love it. Do the pigtails, do they come up a bit? Because it's the ones that I've got, the pigtails are quite long, and I've tripped over them a couple of times, so I'm not that tall. But it's fine. I'll get somebody to put those up. But anyway, thank you for sending that, if you did send it. And yes, Minion 77, I'm very proud. I should probably get a tattoo on my forehead or something. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll.
I would
draw
recommend
it in
upper
paint.
arm or ankle. not
Anyway,
forehead.
well, that's all I've got to say, except for I may have started a podcast of my own.
Yes.
It's called the Shy Life Podcast, and it's on iTunes. It's very good. Anyway, I better go. Keep up the good work. It's very hot in London. Right. Bye-bye.
I just want you to know.
I have so many pictures in my head right now.
I just want you to know, Shayeti, that the green polka dots were my touch. They were, green is one of my favorite colors, and I have always been a fan of polka dots. Not so much stripes, but definitely polka dots. So I think the magenta and yellow was sort of a compromise between you and I because we were trying to figure out the colors. We wanted something happy and bright.
I just love the magenta.
Yes. And yellow was sort of an homage to Bob's swim team, one of Bob's swim team colors. And we thought it would be a nice midpoint between the magenta and the green. So we don't actually.
If we're going for that kind of cheerleader look, is what we like.
Well, you are our pep squad. The Minion Army is our pep squad, definitely. Not, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You guys are the ones who keep us going because you're the ones who are emailing us and texting us and you know, sending us stuff on Twitter. So we love you guys. You're the best booster squad ever. But I will say that oddly enough, we don't actually send those out. They just started magically appearing like Hogwarts letters. Like when you sign up to be a minion, it's like all of a sudden, poof, there's your outfit. There's your uniform. There's your uniform. And it just appears like a Hogwarts letter. We don't know where they come from. We don't even know who's making them. And I have a feeling that they're based, whoever it is based somewhere far, because the sizing has been really off for a lot of people. And so I think they maybe, whoever it is sort of stalks your Facebook page and tries to get an idea of sizing based on photos. And we know that's a bad idea. Yeah. Right. That never works.
But we appreciate the gesture.
Yeah. We appreciate the fact that you are willing to put it on and stick with it, even though it's apparent they sent you a size too small. And as for the pigtails, you are allowed to trim the bottoms so they don't drag on the ground.
Yeah, they're kind of a one-size-fits-all thing, so you just adjust it.
And then you trim them to fit your height. Mm-hmm. So you just go ahead and take some scissors to those. You know, you'll be fine.
We don't need
That's not a violation of uniform code.
And if you're being chased by zombies, you don't want something real grabbable.
No, you don't want anything that'll trip you.
Right.
So, speaking of minions, we have a minion application.
Oh my goodness!
And this is a good one.
I hope you enjoyed that clip, and I do encourage you to listen to Greetings from Nowhere. You may already do so, and you may already have heard that clip, but yes, it's I couldn't let that go uncommented on. It made me chuckle when I was recording it, and it made me chuckle even more to hear how Chrissy and Nicole dealt with the nonsense that I was saying. Anyway, right, now we should probably get on with this episode. So moving on. Owen, thank you to Greetings from Nowhere for letting me use the clip. That particular clip came from episode 315, The Great Sitcom Debate. Right, next up on this episode of the Shy Life podcast, I'm going to take you for a little ride on a London bus. Now, you've been on one before with me, but, well, it's a nice summer's evening in mid to late July, and, yeah, we're going out tonight. So, make sure you've got your best bib and tucker on. Actually, no, you don't have to worry about bib and tucker. No, I'm just in a t-shirt and a sloppy pair of trousers. It's fine. We don't have to be posh. We're going to the pub. You're coming on the bus. Come on, let's go. Right, well, we've just left work. It's a really warm evening. Well, it's 5 o'clock. I suppose it's evening. Late afternoon. I'm just crossing a road, sorry. Don't want to get run over before we've even got out. I'm just leaving work. Up ahead, I can see a former guest of the podcast, my work colleague Beverly. I told her to walk on because I was talking to you, and well, I don't want to slow her down. She was with another person from work, so anyway, they're not coming with us. Not that we didn't invite them, but anyway. So, where are we going? I can tell you, we are aiming for St Paul's Cathedral. Yes. Now that's quite a, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes depending on traffic on the bus, so we'll see. Don't worry, you don't have to listen to the whole journey. You'll be lucky. I have to do it in real time, but you can hop about. Just crossing another road, and we've got traffic lights just up ahead. Can I tell you whilst we're walking? Well, it's coming to the end of the college course for this year. This is the Wednesday. The course finishes sort of this time next week, and then we'll be heading down to Kent for that holiday that I've been going on about for a while. But now we're just walking past St. Peter's Church at Eden Square. I'm not a church-going type of yeti, but I used to know somebody who was a reverend. I think he was a reverend, or vicar, or I don't know. Anyway, I used to know somebody who was. Sorry, we're now crossing another road. The lights are green. Shall return to my story in a minute. So yes, I used to know somebody at St. Peter's who, well, his name was quite distinctive, and I saw the name on the board, and I thought, I went to school with somebody called that. I wonder if it's the same person. So I did a little bit of internet trickery and found out that it was, which is really weird. At that point, I'm not sure how long he'd been working at the church, but yes, I'd been at the college a number of years at that stage. So weird to think that somebody I went to school with when I was 11, 12, 13 was working 5 minutes walk away. But unfortunately, he no longer works there. He works in another part of London. But anyway, I'm going to save this little bit and head for the bus stop. It is much too warm for walking and speaking. So I'll be back in a minute. We're on the bus now. It came really quickly. That was cool. We're heading towards Westminster. And yeah, we'll be going past number 10. It's a shame this isn't a video podcast. Yes, we're going past the Houses of Parliament, Westminster Abbey, past number 10, where the Prime Minister lives, by Trafalgar Square, Charing Cross, down the Strand, to St Paul's. As you can imagine, quite a lot to see, which is, yes, it's perfect for an audio podcast. But never mind.
No one understood. I loved Adrian. Not like a
so I'm going to stare out the window and enjoy myself. I don't think I've got much else to say until we get there. So yes, I'm just going to have a nap, I think, and I'll get off when I get to St Paul's. When you have a look out the window? No, you can't, can you? Oh, never mind.
Hello, it's me, Damius Trinklehorn. I'm just ringing from the set. Yes, apparently they want to interview me. Yes. No, not the police. No, people from a TV show, or was it a radio show? I can't remember. Anyway, they want to interview me about my career. It's very exciting. Anyway, I'm currently working on a little cameo in a film where I play a sofa. Yes, I get to sit down a lot. The only trouble is a lot of people get to sit down on me. But anyway, I do my best. Yes, I do my best. I tell you. Well, you know, it's difficult, but I try. I do try. And oh, sorry. I think I'm going to have to go. They're waving at me. One of the actors was sick the other day. I mean, hasn't been into work, so I've been sort of standing in for him as well. He's playing a high-backed chair. Yes, so it looks like I might have to go and play his part. He's still not shown up. Anyway, I'll report back again soon. All right. So this is me, Damius Trinklehorn, signing out. Bye for now.
Okay, right. Hello. Listen, I know I'm supposed to be on the bus on the way to St. Paul's, but, well, let's pretend that's happening, and yet I've sort of teleported back to my desk at work. Well, yes. I mean, it's my podcast. I'm allowed to do this sort of thing, aren't I? Okay. Well, it's just that occasionally I've told you about my poems, and I think when I was talking to Rich Harris not so long ago, I mentioned about how I had lots of titles for poems on my computer, and whilst it's quiet, I happened to be at my desk, and I thought I'd tell you some of the titles, which maybe one day will turn into poems. I've got one here called Yeti Often End Up Simply Dancing Alone. That obviously reflects back to Yeti dancing, yes, which Yetis are known for. Honestly, they are. Got one here called Glam Rock Vampire 1974. That is literally based on a t-shirt that my friend Paul in Australia, who did the Beast of Friends and a number of other illustrations for me. Yeah, that is... He's actually done illustrations for things that I've written, but Glam Rock Vampire 1974 is actually a t-shirt that he has on his site on Redbubble. So I just felt I like the t-shirt so much. I own the t-shirt, but I kind of thought I could write a poem on that, but I haven't yet. I think I might have started. A lot of these have started. Yeah, here we go. Come on, you'll hear them scream. Glam Rock Vampire 74 won't always bite, but he'll surely score. Blood-sucking fiend, weird funky singer, he sure puts his victims through the ringer. A killing spree won't make him bitter, rips out their throats all doused in glitter. Too soon for new wave, too soft for punk, too late for prog and all that junk. That's pretty much all I've written of that so far. Oh no, there's another. Oh, I see, yes. I've even used the rhythm of my poem Disco Yeti, but I've got a last line here. He'll claim his style was rudely stolen, but he ripped his look off Mr. Bolan. As in Mark Bolan from T-Rex, of course. So that's that one. I'm not going to go through all of these, I can tell you. There I've got 664 items in this draft box in my email. Not all of them are poems, but enough of them are. Got one here called We're Not Getting On No More. I don't know if that's no, that's not finished. Well, there's a completed verse of this and a half. We're not getting on no more, we're not seeing eye to eye, we don't talk, we dislike one another, you're not someone on whom I'd rely, I won't care about that, it's a bother, but all I want is a quiet life now, no more screaming or frantically fighting, can't I just go and take my last bow? There's no sense in pretending we're winning, when we could end the game and just leave. There's no need for us constantly cheating, all our days simply out to deceive. How on earth did we end up like this though, every night out there playing some game? How the hell did we let ourselves get here? Could have made our love work, such a shame. And there's another half verse, but it's a bit of a serious one, or serious-ish. What else have I got? That's a post. Jesus is a devil worshipper. That's a title to something. Chicken and Piccadilly. Yes. I just like the sound of chicken in Piccadilly, or the pick, chicka. There's an email from 28th of October 2015. A number of my ideas for poems come from conversations. And on the 28th of October 2015, I was having a chat with my friend Dan, and we were talking about horror films. And I said, I like to take things literally for humour's sake. I hate it when in horror films people say, well, clearly the alien isn't an alien but a metaphor for America. That makes me furious. That's what I said. And Dan said, that's just to excuse the terrible special effects usually I find. And I said, it's a very serious issue. Monsters should never be metaphors. And that made me write my poem about metaphors and monsters, and which I have included on the show. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes you forget what inspired. I do try and write fact files for my poems. Sometimes, and for years I did it really well, and then more recently I've not always done it so well. And here's one from the 14th of October 2014, just simply called Jam. And all I wrote is, I'm in a jam, it's one you made, a kind of scam, a marmalade. That's all I've written so far. So, that's a start, isn't it? I might come back. What else have we got? Some of these aren't necessarily ever going to turn into anything. Antwerp, you twerp. That's from 14th of October 2014, because I went to Antwerp about that time. It's Antwerp, you twerp, it ain't Milan nor Timbuktu. That's all I've written for that. You can't hear a mouse scream. That's about the same there. Other Dimensional Edie. Other Dimensional Edie lives life quite inside out. She's upside down on Tuesdays. Well, maybe you can help me with the next line. That's where I stopped. That's from 12th of August 2014. Almost 2 years ago. Well, as I'm recording this anyway. I can't remember if I ever said that I used to sometimes do cover versions, whereas when singers say cover versions, they literally sing it in their own style or just sing it because they like the song. I used to do that with my poems. At the Poetry Cafe, I did a number of songs. I did Noel Coward's I've Been to a Marvellous Party, and then I can't remember if it was at the same show or a different one. I covered a song, a more modern song, but I read it in the style of Noel Coward. Oh yes, that Friday night, and basically people seemed to enjoy it, and at the end I said, well, that was a recent single by Katy Perry. So yes, I basically read a Katy Perry song called Last Friday Night in the style of Noel Coward, and it worked pretty well. There's a song called Celluloid Heroes by the Kinks, which is all about the stars on Hollywood Boulevard, and I read that. I've read quite a few. I have got, it'll all be on my website. I just have to go through it to remind myself, but I always enjoy doing that. I haven't done that so much in the recent shows. A couple of poems in this email from 2005. One's called Bad Press and one's called Not to Me. Well, that couldn't happen to me. It just couldn't happen, though it probably will. That's all I've got of that one. And Bad Press, it starts, bad press ain't hard to come by. That's all I got. So as far as... one called The Yes Woman from the 4th of September 2014. Hairiness and Sarcasm. And that's for a book. That's a book title. The Jig of the Gigolos. He's a gigolo for sure. He has the manners of a pig, but all the same, he's something special. I recommend you watch him jig. Sometimes you can see why I didn't progress with these poems, but I haven't declared them totally dead. That's from the 8th of May 2014. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really writing a lot of poems at the moment. I'm writing bits for my blog, but those are mainly prose pieces. The Chubby Cherub here. He's a chubby cherub, and he's rather quaint, but he kissed me quick last Sunday, so he ain't no saint. He's been sending me rude emails when he thinks no one can see, but I've been retweeting them to Mother with a certain psychopathic glee. He is completely unaware he thinks that no one even guesses. We all know he turns invisible just to look up ladies' dresses. I like that one. I'm going to have to do this one. He's a chubby cherub, but he's rather bad. He's been mud wrestling with llama, even though he's like for clad. I don't know about that bit. I think we'll have to write that bit. Oh dear, yes, I think I might keep that one. Even white nights have grey days. That's from 21st of February 2014. Even white nights have grey days. Even experts can act like beginners. Even strange folk who live life on diets sometimes snaffle up secondary dinners. It's never easy when out helping maidens or odd princes who may be in need, because there's only so much you can help them if their hair has begun to recede. There's only so much kind assistance they can take to their own sorry hearts. And then I haven't got another line after that. And then I have another bit. Romance is over before that it starts. That rhymes with hearts. They do all they can, do their bestest. I did write a poem called Her Night in Pink Lame, which was kind of inspired slightly by my relationship with my boss, in that people kind of picked on her. I would always jump to her support, and it really annoyed me that sometimes she let people walk over her when she shouldn't have, and they shouldn't have been speaking to her like that. So I support her, and I like the idea of somebody pink and fluffy being someone's knight in shining armour. This is almost a finished one. I wonder, did I even incorrigibly incorrigible? I think I finished that one. I don't know. I'll have to check that. I'm not sure that looks finished. But I can't remember if it was in my last book, because that last book was written over such a long time. The Bear Who Leaked Crumbs. I might come back to that one. A Mine of Information. My Bijou Teepee. My Bijou Teepee, so tall, so classy, it's made to measure, rather classy. God. Every day is a time of your life. That's almost finished. I should probably just push the boat out and finish a couple of these. I Don't Know You At All. That's a lot of these are, 2 verses in and just need one more verse. I may print them up and have a go. New Clothes for Those in the Know is another one I've got here. I don't know. That looks like it's a short story. Anyway, I should probably wind this up now, and maybe if this hasn't totally bored you, I may have another dip into my email archives at some later stage. I'm going to finish with the first 2 verses of this poem called The Bear Who Leaked Crumbs from February 2014. The bear who leaked crumbs, he ate far too much cake, as it came out of his ears every time he did bake. He always took far too much, did that Ursine so greedy, leaving crumb trails about, never swept up. Indeed, he would often encourage his nice friends the mice to come out for a nibble. They'd be there in a trice. It could be kind of hard if you're a bear who is leaking to find the best way ahead or to decide what you're seeking. The bear who leaked crumbs, he ate far too much pie, which contained bacon bits, yes, and meat you might fry, but the crust on the top was the texture of wood, so you're spitting out splinters. That ain't gonna be good. But that bear doesn't mind. He will eat a large helping. He will gobble it down without wincing or yelping, but he forgets what he's like, that his body is leaking, that his nose just dropped off and his whole body's creaking. Yeah, I don't know. I left myself speechless with that one. It's just silly, isn't it? Just very silly. I will try and finish it, and if I do, I shall read you the full thing. It's very odd, Yeti. You're a very odd Yeti. Anyway, right, we're not supposed to have been here, are we? So let's transport back to St. Paul's Cathedral, was it? Yes. Okay. Right. Transport. Coming up next, we have another of my Shy Yeti scripts. This is quite a short one, but I shall present it to you now. It's called Shy Yeti is an April Fool, in which Shy Yeti is an April Fool and it isn't even the first of the month. The following extract is from a police recording that was made on Saturday, the 2nd of April 2016. The setting is Wimbledon Police Station. The characters are Shy Yeti and an officer of the law.
Mr. Yeti, do you understand why you have been brought in for questioning today?
I believe that I've been accused of causing a disturbance.
May I request that you cease mumbling and speak more clearly into the microphone, please, sir?
I'm so sorry, I was just polishing off a slice of fruitcake that your assistant provided with my cup of tea.
How ironic, considering your recent debacle at the local baker's. I would have thought you would have wanted to keep away from any species of pastries.
Why ever would I want to do that, officer?
I think that your actions rather speak for themselves, Mr. Yeti. Have you ever considered rehab?
Have you ever considered finishing school, officer? Your manners really are appalling.
It was not my intention to offend, sir. I only wish to point out that you might benefit from some manner of counselling or nasal awareness classes.
Nasal what now?
I was merely attempting to point out that your nose does have a tendency to get you into trouble.
I really have no idea what you're on about, officer.
I have a report here from a Dr. Magna from St. George's, Tooting. It's dated the 24th of March 2016, less than 2 weeks ago. Do you have any idea what it might concern?
Remind me?
You had an emergency appointment with Dr. Magna due to nasal congestion. When they examined you, they found 2 cupcakes and a bouquet of daffodils.
Oh, but they smell so lovely at this time of year. I couldn't help myself. The flowers, I mean. I have no idea where the cupcakes came from. They were probably just snacks that I was keeping there for a rainy day. My nostrils are really quite large and perfect for the storage of such items.
That's as may be, only you never actually paid for the daffodils.
I believe I passed out as it happens, officer. Of course, I would be only too happy to reimburse the stallholder for any trouble caused. Perhaps he might consider keeping his wares behind bars or glass from now on. They're terribly yummy of smell. No wonder the bees can't resist them.
Have you never heard of self-control?
No, indeed. Whatever is it? A cologne?
I have another report here.
If it's anything to do with the time I was found basking in a swimming pool of melted ice cream, then I'd like to remind you that I was on property belonging to my good friend Simon. You can ask Charlie Gurr, he was there.
Really, I wouldn't try using Mr. Gurr as a character witness. His crimes to both food, fashion and music will probably stretch between here and the moon.
Really, you think so? I must tell him he'll be so pleased. That must be some kind of record. Most probably, yes.
I think we should probably move on. We don't seem to be making much progress. Mr. Yeti, may I ask if you have any recall of the events that have led to you being questioned here today?
At the Wimbledon Bakery?
Indeed.
Well, if I remember correctly, I slipped even, into a large steak and kidney pie as it was being taken out of the oven.
It must have been very hot.
Oh, yes. Very sexy indeed.
I was referring to the contents of the pie. Was the gravy not bubbling from the heat?
A little, maybe. My fur protects me pretty well, and I suppose I've become almost used to it now, over time.
This is not the first time that this has happened, I presume.
You're right. In fact, it's become quite a party piece. Some years ago, I even published a book on the subject, Pies and Puddings That I've Fallen Into and the Yeti Who Love Them.
It sounds enticing. So, might you have been researching for a second volume when you fell into this particular pie?
Officer, really? I couldn't possibly comment.
Perhaps we should wrap this up now before it gets out of hand. I merely wish you to reassure me that you won't be entering, uninvited, into any bakeries in the near future. Can't you just order your baked pastry goods online and get them delivered like normal people do?
I thought only posh people did that.
Well, I would certainly describe you as seeming quite posh, sir.
That's just because I was sent to elocution lessons when I was little. Oh, and I washed my fur last night, so I probably smell quite nice for a change.
Indeed you do.
So kind. What were we saying? Oh, supermarkets. You were suggesting that I order my shopping online rather than visiting the bakery in person. I didn't realise that this was such a common practice. Don't most people still just go into the shop dragging half their family of screaming bratlings, their siblings, their mother-in-law, maybe the postman, and occasionally the neighbour's dog along with them?
It does seem that way sometimes, doesn't it, sir? It also sounds like as good a reason as any to avoid the shops altogether.
Perhaps you're right. I admit, I do find myself terribly tempted by the smell of bubbling cherry juices or beef gravy.
Or both in the same pie, I hope, sir.
You eat your pies and I'll eat mine.
This is what I've been saying all along. I'm so glad you finally see things my way, Mr. Yeti.
Well, that's as maybe, just don't judge. One person's weird flavour concoction is another's tipper-topper-most favourite. Please remember that.
I will, sir, just as long as you remember to keep from falling into pies from now on.
I'll do my best, except for any scheduled visits, as it were.
Yes, well, as long as you don't let any of those incidents get out of hand. Thank you. Oh, whilst I think of it, you wouldn't happen to have a copy of that book of yours that you mentioned earlier, would you?
Pies and Puddings That I Have Fallen Into and the Yeti Who Love Them?
That's the one. It's just that I have a friend who I think might find it quite enticing.
I'm sure I can find a copy for you. I'll even sign it for your friend, officer. Who should I sign it to?
Oh, PC George Ferguson. I mean, just George will do.
Fabulous. Excuse me now. I think I might be about to sneeze.
The officer attempts to duck, but is not quick enough. What appears to be a large mushroom shoots from Shy's nose and hits the officer right in the face. He seems more shocked than hurt.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't get you in the eye, did I?
No, that's fine. I'm fine. Would you like it back?
I wouldn't mind. It must have got lodged there when I fell in the pie back at the bakery. I suppose, strictly speaking, I've not paid for it. Do you think I should return it?
I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you kept it, considering where it's been for the last few hours. Here we are. I guess you could call it a form of payment at any rate. It'll probably have been good for business for the bakery to have had such a celebrity falling into one of their pies.
A celebrity? Who, me? Oh, you are kind. Well, I better be going. I won't forget to send you that book, George, old chap. So sorry about the whole sneezing business. Enjoy the rest of your day.
With that, Shy Yeti puts his coat back on, gives a merry little salute, then heads off on his way. Once the Yeti has gone, the officer picks up the phone and then dials. It doesn't take long for someone to answer the call.
Bobby, it's me. You'll never guess who I just got sneezed on by. That Shy Yeti. Yes, a mushroom shot out of one of his nostrils and hit me squarely in the eye. I could barely see. Still, it was kind of amazing in a way. Exciting, even. I brought him in for questioning after an incident at the bakery. He claimed to have slipped into one of their pies. What do you mean you don't know who Shy Yeti is? Where have you been all your life? You know what, Bobby? I don't know why I bother with you sometimes. Really, I don't.
The end. At least for now.
On my blog, when I posted this particular instalment, which was the second of my Yeti scripts, I wrote this. Hello again, beasties. Thank you for reading. Fact fans might like to know that I did actually sneeze just after writing the bit where Shy Yeti sneezes. Thankfully, a big mushroom did not shoot out of my nose. I think it was a stalk of broccoli on this occasion. Anyway, this piece was written in 2 sittings on the train and during a break at work on Friday the 1st of April 2016, with a little reworking done just before it was posted. Hello, we're now at St Paul's. The journey was quite quick actually, the traffic wasn't too bad. So I'm waiting for who we're about to meet. Did I tell you we were meeting somebody? Yes, we are. Can you guess who? Yeah, I think you can. I'm not going to say until we meet him. It's a him. Yeah, that's another clue. It's a pretty big clue. It was either going to be one of the or the other, I would have thought, but unless it was going to be an alien. But I don't know many aliens. Anyway, whilst we're waiting, I've got a couple of things I was going to mention. At the college today, we had a royal visitor, and as it's happened, I can tell you who it was. It was Princess Anne. That's the daughter of the Queen, for those who may not know. So she was coming to talk to the students partly about her charity. We didn't get an interview for the podcast, I'm afraid. Some of my colleagues went to hear her speak and were even introduced to her. I decided not to go. I don't tend to meet VIPs. I did it a bit when I first was there. You've got to understand I've been at the college 16 years and I met quite a few people, but it may sound stupid, but if they were going to come into the library and just sort of say, hi, how are you? Oh, let's look at what you're doing and all that sort of thing, that would be fine. I wouldn't have a problem. But I don't like the fact that we have to dress up really smart. I can't really do that at the moment with the problems I had last year. I'm sort of only just getting back into normal clothes anyway, and I don't really have anything that smart, but you know, that's a side issue. But you know, I don't really like the sort of the standing in a row and curtsying or bowing, I suppose. It just seems, you know, I don't know, it's some people like to do that. It's not that I don't support the monarchy, but I kind of feel they're there for other people. For instance, I don't watch X Factor or Strictly Come Dancing, but I don't think they should get rid of it just because I don't want to watch it. And I feel a little bit like that about the royals. They're there for other people's enjoyment, and I'm there to do podcasting and write silly stories, and we don't really meet much in the middle. You know, they do good work. I'm not against them, and I know a lot of people in my generation are Republicans and want to, you know, will be quite happy if we got rid of the royal family. But, you know, I don't think that at all, and quite happy to pay whatever taxes I pay towards them. I just don't want to have to stand in a queue and bow to them, that's all. You know, that's fine. My colleagues did the bowing, it was fine. Apparently it was all very exciting, and she was very nice, and yeah, one of my colleagues said she was very nice, and the other one said something else, but anyway, let's not get into tittle-tattle now. That's not what the Shy Life podcast is about. Private message me, I'll tell you what she said. The other thing I did today was design the cover of one of the books that I'm going to release early next year. It's called the Shy Yeti Script Book, and it's made up of all the Shy Yeti scripts I've been putting on the blog, ones that I've written up until now, and all the ones I'll write until the end of the year. I'm kind of aiming to conclude any ongoing stories by the end of the year, so that the book is sort of tied up together, although most of the sketches don't have any direct link to one another. There's just one particular subplot. I won't say much more, but, you know, I will be recording these sketches. I'm not saying I won't write any more next year, but I'd like to draw a line under whatever I've done by the end of the year. So today I was designing the cover. I discovered an app called Prisma, which puts filters, different filters, on your photographs. In fact, it's more than that. It really changes them quite a lot with different artistic styles and colours, and found a picture that I took at the Poetry Cafe, which had me standing in front of one of my posters from the Yeti Way of Thinking show at the Poetry Cafe, and I put that picture through Prisma and lots of different filters, and there's about 30 or 40 different possible filters, but I must have had about 18, 20, and then I cut them down to about 8, and I used, I think it's 5 on the back, 1 on the front, which I put on big, and that's going to be the cover. I got it all designed, and it's got the little logo that says Prisma, and, you know, I was prepared to accept that on the covers if I had to, but I was just reading something on the site, and it said if you want to take the logo off, you just have to click a button. So I found the button, and sure enough, the logo vanished, and I thought, actually, I would much rather have the photos without the logo. So I generated them all over again, and the cover is done. I mean, I may change it before it's finished, but the way I'm looking at the moment, I feel really happy with it, and I'm quite happy to have that as the cover. It may be when I send off for a draft copy that some of the colours don't come out quite as I expected, or some of them don't look as good. It's hard to tell until you've got it in front of you, so we shall see. Yeah, I feel I've achieved something good. It's nice to know, even though the book won't be out until January, February, March, or whatever next year, the cover is there. It'll probably be a book that doesn't take that much proofing, because I've been reading them. I've sort of proofed them to a certain stage before I put them on the blog. Not to say I won't tinker with them a bit, but, you know, I'm relatively happy with them. Hopefully I've found most spelling mistakes. Not to say that I won't go through it or read them through once more. Of course, each one's quite short, and as I'm performing them, recording them for the podcast, that's another go at reading through that is very valuable. It's very useful, because I find that this with my poetry books, because I'm performing the poems, I've read them aloud, I've read them through many, many times, and they're short things to read, and hopefully I get rid of any problems or spelling mistakes, or just, you know, sometimes you drop a word, your eye sees the word and it's not there, and you kind of read it like it is anyway. Because I go through the poems quite a lot, pick up a lot of the problems, and hopefully to a certain extent that's what will happen with the scripts. But I've got about 8 or 9 scripts written, and I've got quite a few planned, so yeah, I'm probably only about halfway through, if that, the writing process. I've got a script involving Shy Yeti and some vampire cows. That's the next one I'll be posting. In fact, it will be posted by the time you hear this. When I'm away in Kent, I will be writing some more as well. I'm sure I'll discuss that a bit more near the time. Anyway, I better go and see if the person that I am meeting has arrived. He's coming by tube, so I'm quite close to the tube entrance. So I may try and meet him there rather than at the pub that he suggested. But anyway, we shall see. Okay, right, moving on. I shall be back in a minute. You'll get to hear who it is that I'm meeting any minute now. Yeah. Oh, by the way, St Paul's Cathedral is looking very nice in the evening sun. Another thing you can't see, but sorry. Here we are at the pub, and I'm here with Callum. Yes, you guessed it. It's Callum. Hello, Callum.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Last scene at the Poetry Cafe. Did you survive the Poetry Cafe? We obviously did. You're here.
Yeah, it was one of the greatest nights they've had in there, apparently.
Yeah, very good. I'll give you your fiver for saying that later. When we meet in the pub, I always have exciting news for you that only you know, that only means anything to you rather than the audience. Did you know Les Dennis is leaving Corrie?
No, I didn't.
Well, I saw it on the news today. Yeah, Les Dennis, he's a man, an actor man. Actually, he used to be a comedian and he's been on Coronation Street. I don't even know what he's playing, so I've only just started watching again. But he's leaving. Oh, yes. I don't know how.
As Rita realised, he's the man that does all the Mavis impressions.
Yeah, that's a good point. And this man, Les Dennis, the comedian man, when he was a comedian, he used to do impressions of a character from Coronation Street. And now, who isn't in it anymore, but the friend of the character still is. That's weird, isn't it? That somebody who used to do an impression of a Coronation Street character, a female Coronation Street character at that, is now a regular actor in the show. I wonder if they ribbed him about that. Anyway. So where are we? What's the name of the pub, Callum?
It's the Pavilion End, so it's all about cricket.
We're going to have a burger tonight. Or we've got other plans for us. You don't know whether...
I'm just amazed you're able to get your pads on.
What? I wasn't talking about the cricket. I was asking where we were eating later. Are we having a burger?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yay. Next time we see Callum, it'll probably be when I'm in Kent. You're going for a walk, aren't you? And you're going to stop.
Yeah, I'll just turn up.
Yeah. And you'll stay over for a night, and then you'll walk on the next day.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to be mostly by myself in a spooky old house. I bet the ghosts won't show up. They never do when I'm around. Anyway, we're going to have a drink, and yes, well, I might speak to you again when I'm eating my burger. Who knows? It's not very exciting. You can come if you want. We're in another pub now, which is a bit quieter than the last one. It's got a good name, hasn't it, Cal?
It has.
What's it called?
I forgot. Oh yeah, it's Williamson's Tavern.
That might be your surname. Tavern.
Might be.
Callum Tavern. Your Callum Tavern. Yeah.
It's all very British.
It's very British. It's got gin. There's a gin festival from the 7th of July to the 20th of August. There's gin masterclass as well. I could go to that. The gin masterclass. Yeah, it's funny. I don't think I need to be taught how to drink gin. I just drink it, really. Well, that's about it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed episode 14 of the Shy Life podcast. It was a bit of a strange one. As I said at the start, it's made up of lots of bits and pieces that I had for different episodes and wasn't sure quite where they were going to sit. Then I thought I'd add that bit about the poems on my computer, as I happened to be at my desk at the time, and we had mentioned that in the interview I did with Rich. And, well, Damius wanted to say hello as well. So next time, though, wow, we've got a big guest coming up. In fact, so big that his interview takes place over 2 episodes. Shall I tell you who? Or shall I keep it a secret? No, I think I should tell you. Yes. Next time on the Shy Life podcast, we have Toppy Smelly as our Toppy. Yes, the Toppy Smelly. I can't believe it. Well, I can because I did the interview. We did it about a month ago. Anyway, but yes, it's exciting. It really is exciting. We talked about all manner of daft things.
Right, now I have to do a funny one.
Okay, yep.
All right, let me just think here for a minute. All right, just go with me. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to say. All right. Hello. No. Actually, I'm American. I'm American as apple pie. But even I, over here in the new country, because we're newer, I listen to the Shy Yeti podcast because, he's daft. We say nutty over here, but fine, daft, that's kind of a fancy way. Anyways, this is Toppy Smelly, and I enjoy listening. I don't tell my neighbors or people I work with, but I do listen to the Shy Yeti podcast.
It's the Shy Life podcast.
Oh, it's just the Shy... That's what I meant. The Shy Life podcast.
And, yes, yeah, he may even have got to meet Yeti Uncle John. So, I won't spoil it. Just make sure you're back next time for episode 15 of the Shy Life podcast with Shy Yeti and Toppy Smelly. Ha! Yes, please do come back. Oh, yeah. Come on, you'll hear them scream. Glambot Vampire 74. Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
Other dimensional Edie lives life quite upside... Sorry. Other dimensional Edie lives life quite upside... I'm making it up in my head.
This is what I've been saying all along. I'm so glad that you finally see... Bobby, it's me. You'll never guess who I just got sneezed on by. That's Shy Yeti. Yes, a mushroom shot out of one of his nostrils. Nostrums.
That kind of Doctor Who villain.
I am the mushroom. Goodbye. Come back again soon.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Shy Life podcast. Yes, I am just a computer, but I think it is a good show. Yay, yay, yay.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.